This afternoon's card at Plumpton got underway at 1:05 with a handicap chase over 2 miles. All 4 running this and there were no changes. The favourite on the off at 13-8 was number 1, Acre Hill.
And they're off.
Starting at the top of the hill on the far side. 13 fences to jump, running down towards the first of them. Knockbrack is setting a good pace up front and has already got them well strung out as he runs down the hill towards fence number 2. Leads by about 3 or 4 lengths from Acre Hill, who's a similar distance in front of Ben Dixon third, and then a gap of 4 lengths to Till Debo at the back of the field. Next is a plain fence before the first open ditch, and Knockbrack goes into with this lead. 2 or 3 lengths up on Acre Hill. Bendix takes it in third, and Till Debo over in fourth. Good jump there by Acre Hills, closed in on the leader. So too has Bendix. So no more than 3 lengths between these as they take the open ditch. And there's still the gap of a couple of lengths now to Till Debo at the back of the field. But Bendix has gone up into second place, chasing up the leader Knockbrack as they run on towards the water jump. Knockbrack the leader from Bendix in second. Acre Hill now back in third, and over in fourth place is Till Debo. It's a fast pace up front between these two as Bendix comes round the outside of Knockbrack to challenge for the lead. They're stride for stride, and 3 or 4 front of Acre Hill, who's going to take it in third, and Bendix hit that hard, very nearly crumpled up on landing, but he stayed on his feet and is still up there sharing the lead as they come to what will be the final fence next time. And Bendix is going to rise at this one just in front of Knockbrack. Acre Hill takes it in third, and Till Debo over in fourth. And though he's been last all the way, he's now no more than half a dozen lengths off the leader as they come past the winning post. And Bendix from Knockbrack, who set that fast early pace for the first 3/4 of a mile. Acre Hill and Till Debo now much closer in third and fourth as they go up the hill towards fence number 7. And 3 in line as they take it, but the better jump was by Till Debo on the outside, who's gone right round the whole field and takes it up at the top of the hill. Till Debo going on, having been last for most of this first circuit, on which a very fast pace was set early on. He was steadied at the back, and he's now the leader as they go towards the top of the hill. Till Debo from Acre Hill, who's gone back up into second. Knockbrack now in third, and Bendix beginning to trail in fourth as they come on towards fence number 8. Till Debo a bit close to that, fiddled it. Bendix a very slow jump at the back of the field, and you can count him out of it at this stage as they run downhill. He's a good 20 lengths behind the rest of them now as Acre Hill tries to get on terms with Till Debo. Knockbrack is 4 lengths back in third, then the long gap to Bendix as they go towards the middle one on the far side. Till Debo, a length and a half up on Acre Hill. Knockbrack trying hard to get back on terms, but about 4 lengths behind them as Till Debo comes towards the next one. And he met that one much better, well in his stride, now 2 lengths in front of Acre Hill. Short run on now towards the last open ditch, this the fourth from home. And Till Debo over that one from Acre Hill, who's getting a little bit closer now in second, and Acre Hill now begins to make his challenge as they make the bottom turn. But Till Debo quickens up again, goes a length and a half clear of Acre Hill. The gap back to Knockbrack in third is a good 10 lengths, another 30 lengths to Bendix as they come towards the water for the last time. Till Debo over, still 2 lengths in front of Acre Hill. And Acre Hill trying to get on terms, but Till Debo keeps fighting a little bit more every time he's challenged, and now he's beginning to stretch that lead out to about 3 lengths as they come round this bottom turn. Runs a little wide, Till Debo. Richard Dunwoody sees daylight on the inside and jumps right up sides him there, but he again crumples on landing, but he's got a bit of turn of foot now between these final 2 fences. Acre Hill takes it up from Till Debo, running now towards the last. Acre Hill, Till Debo coming back at him. These 2 in the air together. On the run in now, up the hill. Acre Hill and Till Debo, they're a long way clear. And Till Debo on the stand side comes again to challenge Acre Hill. And Till Debo begins to get up again. It's Till Debo who's fought his way back up towards the line. Till Debo gets there from Acre Hill in second. A long way back to Knockbrack and Bendix.
First number 3, Till Debo, the 11-4 joint second favourite. And second number 1, Acre Hill, the favourite at 13-8. On to the next at 1:35, a selling handicap hurdle over 2 miles. All 15 round here, 1 jockey change. Number 4, Queen Matilda, was the man of Brian Clifford. 1 weight notice, the jockey on number 15, Vital Witness, carried 3 pounds overweight at 10 stone 3. Favourite on the off at 9-2 was number 1, The Yomper.
Major Elston a little slowly into his stride, about 2 or 3 lengths behind the rest of them. Melfar, he was the best out of the gate and leads towards this first flight, followed by Roy Hobbs. Those two leaders over safely, as are all the others. Tharos is at the back of the field, but a good strong pace, fast pace being set up front by these two who've gone away from them, Melfa and Roy Hobbs. 6 in front of Fighting Days, followed by the Yomper, Manhattan Boy and Dancing Eyes. Then comes Vital Witness and Coup. Heard it before, follows this one with Wrong Wheel as they go down towards the second flight on the far side. And over this one, bad mistake by Melfa, loses the lead and they go around this bottom turn. Fighting Days is third, then comes Manhattan Boy on the outside of the Yomper there, followed by Dancing Eyes. Wrong Wheel on the outside of this one, followed by Coup and Connerby. Then comes Major Elston. Queen Matilda behind this one, followed by Tharos and Vital Witness. And Heard It Before as they make this bottom turn. And Melfa has regained the lead from Roy Hobbs. About 2 lengths between them as they come up the straight towards flight number 3. Melfa takes it in front of Roy Hobbs on the inside. The Yomper close up against the rails, followed by Fighting Days and Manhattan Boy wide of these. These are leading 5 in front of Wrong Wheel in 6. Then comes Dancing Eyes, Coup and Connerby as they come to what will be the final flight next time. Leaders all over safely, as is the whole field. As they race past the stands with a circuit to race. There is a faller right at the back of the field as they go up the hill towards the next. As they come to this flight, Roy Hobbs on the inside of Fighting Days, who's gone up into second. Then comes the Yomper third, followed by Manhattan Boy. He's going on from Wrong Wheel on the outside. Of these comes Coup being pushed along, followed by Connerby and Dancing Eyes as they go towards the top of the course. Roy Hobbs, the leader from Fighting Days, in second. Then behind these in third comes Manhattan Boy. They're followed in fourth by the Yomper. There's a gap of some 5 lengths to Wrong Wheel, who's just in front of Coup and Connerby. Dancing Eyes has got plenty of ground to make up at this stage, a good 15 lengths in the middle of the field as they take the first on the far side. And over this one, Roy Hobbs it is in front, but they're bunching up in behind him. Fighting Days on the outside. Manhattan Boy has strongly come through to join them. The Yomper riding behind in 4. These 4 are 5 in front of Wrong Wheel. Then a gap of 3 or 4 to Connerby, followed by Coup. A further gap to Dancing Eyes, who's being passed on the outside by Major Elston. A further gap to Brautino and Vital Witness as they come towards the last on the far side. These 4 still tightly grouped. And Manhattan Boy put in a good jump on the inside to join Fighting Days. These 2 are going on by a couple of lengths. Just in behind comes the Yomper. Roy Hobbs begins to weaken. Wrong Wheel is running on in behind in 5. And Connerby also beginning to make a little bit of progress. But these have gone clear of Dancing Eyes and Major Elston and Coup and Brautino. So they make the bottom turn. And the 3 who are clear are Manhattan Boy, Fighting Days, and they're 2 in front of the Yomper. Then there's this gap to Wrong Wheel. Roy Hobbs, Connerby and Dancing Eyes and Major Elston as they come up the straight, 2 to jump. And in front, against the rails, this Manhattan Boy. Over that one by a couple of lengths from the Yomper in second. In behind in third is Fighting Days. Wrong Wheel in 4. They're well strung out as they come up the hill. Connerby falls 2 from home. At the final flight now, and it's Manhattan Boy, still a couple of lengths in front of the Yomper and Fighting Days. That's the way they come up the hill. Inside the last 100 yards now, the Yomper trying to close on Manhattan Boy, but Manhattan Boy is keeping up the gallop. The Yomper gets to within about a length and a half of him, but it's not going to get there. Manhattan Boy holds on from the Yomper in second. Fighting Days is third, and Dancing Eyes running on very late to take fourth.
First number 3, Manhattan Boy at 8-1. Second number 1, the Yomper, the 9-2 favourite. And third number 2, Fighting Days at 5-1. On to the next at 2:05, a handicapped chase over 3 miles and 1 furlong. Number 2, Paddy Buck, was an absentee here, leaving a field of 15. One weight notice, the jockey number 15, Sharpford, carried 3 pounds overweight at 10 stone 3. Favourite on the off at 100-30 was number 1, Into the Red.
Field all the way to a good break and a short run towards the first fence. Le Grand Maître, Bayram are up there amongst the leaders. Slight mistake in the middle of the field by Rhode Island Red. And Around Town now has come through to take it up from Bayram. Barrapeg is up there, Le Grand Maître as well. These 4 pretty tightly bunched just in front of Sharpford and Gadderstown Record Flight. Robeson on the inside, followed by Mr. Diplomatic, High Rise Lady with these. Into the Red just in behind these as they come towards the second. And 3 in the air together over that one. Bayram on the inside, Barrapeg in the centre, Around Town on the outside. On towards the open ditch, and Bayram landed there with a definite lead. And he goes on as they make the bottom turn. Celtic Remorse, slow jump at the back of the field. And he and Kingswood Kitchens a little detached from the rest of them, who are all pretty tightly bunched, no more than 10 lengths covering the whole field, with the exception of these two as they take the water jump. Bayram it was who led over that from Barrapeg. Record Flights make ground on the outside. Sharpfoot is there, so too is Gatterstown. Just in behind comes Le Grand Maître, followed by Mr. Diplomatic. Leatherbridge towards the outside with Rhode Island Red as they come towards the next. All over that one safely. Coming on towards fence number 5. And it's Bayram who comes to it in front. Barrapeg's going to take it in second. These two just in front of a whole pack of them. Gatterstown on the inside, Mr. Diplomatic next to him. Sharpfoot up the centre with Neatherbridge, Le Grand Maître and Record Flight on the outside. They're just in front of High Rise Lady. Then comes Robeson into the red on the far side, followed by Rhode Island Red. Around Town, the early leader dropping back through the field. Then comes Celtic Remorse and Kingswood Kitchens. These two a little closer at the back of the field as they go up the hill towards fence number 7. And over that one, it was Bayram who landed just in front of Barrapeg on his outside. Mr. Diplomatic on the inside is third, followed by Gatterstown and Sharpfoot. Le Grand Maître, High Rise Lady, Neatherbridge and Record Flight all close up in behind these. Ropes are making ground around the outside of the field, getting much closer towards the leading 4 or 5. Then comes into the red, who tracks this main bunch about 8 lengths off the pace. Rhode Island Red is in behind him, followed by Around Town and Kingswood Kitchens and Celtic Remorse as the leaders take the fence at the top of the hill. And it was Bayram who landed in front, just over half a length to the good, over Barrapeg in second. Le Grand Maître third. Robeson's gone right up into 4. In behind in 5 comes Mr. Diplomatic, followed by Sharpfoot and Neatherbridge. Gatterstown on the inside of Record Flight, and then comes High Rise Lady. These all tightly bunched, with into the red just 2 or 3 lengths behind them. The others are all stringing out. Around Town, Kingswood Kitchens and Celtic Remorse way out the back of the field as they take the middle on the far side. And at that one, it was Le Grand Maître on the outside who rose just in front of Barrapeg and Bayram. But these three virtually in line as they go on towards the open ditch for the second time, in the air together. Mr. Diplomatic made a bad mistake just in behind the leaders, lost 2 or 3 places. They're that tightly bunched as they make the bottom turn. Bayram goes on again by half a length to Barrapeg in second, a length back to Le Grand Maître, half a length to Robeson. With these is Gatterstown and Neatherbridge making ground on these over the water jump. They're followed by Mr. Diplomatic and Sharpfoot. Then comes Record Flight being pushed along into the red. Still about 12 lengths off the pace, followed by High Rise Lady. And then there's this long gap back to Kingswood Kitchens, Around Town, and a further gap to Celtic Remorse. So they come up the home straight for the second time, and still pretty tightly bunched between these leading 10 or so. Bayram, Barrapeg, Le Grand Maître, Neatherbridge, Gatterstown, Mr. Diplomatic, Robeson, Record Flight, Sharpfoot and into the red. These are the ones that count, and Neatherbridge has fallen there. Neatherbridge made a very bad mistake. The horse stayed on his feet, but he shot his jockey out of the plate, and Celtic Remorse at the back of the field also very nearly fell as well, and looks like being pulled up as a result. So they come up passless with a circuit to go. And there are 9 of them who've gone clear. Headed by Robeson, who's come through to join Bayram, and it's Robeson who takes it up, cutting across towards the inside rail. Robeson there from Bayram. Le Grand Maître on the inside is Gatterstown, trying to keep tabs with these leading 3. They're followed by Mr. Diplomatic and Record Flight on the outside, into the red, trying to get on terms with the leaders, moves up into about 5th place. He goes past Mr. Diplomatic. In behind him, Barrapeg is weakening. Sharpfoot has dropped out of it. Then comes Kingswood Kitchens at the back of the field as the leading bunch go on towards the back straight for the last time. Robeson in front. From on the outside, Le Grand Maître, on the inside, Bayram. Gatterstown close up in 4. Record Flight back on terms with these in 5. And into the red, close enough now in 6. They've gone clear of Mr. Diplomatic and Barrapeg. So it's these 6 who run down the hill towards the 5th from home. It's Le Grand Maître who takes it up, goes a couple clear of Robeson. Gatterstown, Bayram, into the red and Record Flight. These are the leading 6, and there's about 6 lengths between a lot of them as they go down towards this next plain fence before the open ditch. And Robeson Robeson joins Le Grand Maître. Robeson, Le Grand Maître, Gaddistan riding behind them. Then comes on the inside of these into the red, going up into fourth. Bayram hanging on in 5. Record Flight without the pace to quite get on terms, so they go towards the last open ditch, and it was Le Grand Maître. Richard Dunwoody saw his stride there and quickened up into the fence and poached a length or two, and he quickens up round the bottom bend. And Le Grand Maître is beginning to spread him now. He's kicked on and gone 4 clear of Robeson. He's gone 4 clear of Gaddistan. Bayram flat-footed in 4, then comes into the red, no pace in 5. Record Flight can't live at the pace in 6 as they take the water jump, and Le Grand Maître is 6 lengths clear of Robeson and Gaddistan and into the red and Record Flight. They make the bottom turn. They've got 2 more to jump inside the last quarter mile. And it's Le Grand Maître well clear now, coming up towards the second last. Le Grand Maître over that one safely. Gaddistan takes it in second. Then comes Robeson in third, into the red 4, Record Flight 5, but they've got no chance of getting on terms with the Le Grand Maître unless he makes a bad mistake at this final fence. He's a good 10 lengths clear. The loose horse is the only danger, but they've both popped over it safely, and there's Le Grand Maître coming up the hill with the race in his pocket now. It's going to be a battle for the minor honours, but Le Grand Maître is about 20 lengths clear now from Gaddistan in second. Then comes Robeson, Record Flight. Kingswood Kitchens running out from nowhere, but up towards the line. Le Grand Maître is already eased down. Gaddistan takes second. Kingswood Kitchens is third, and into the red is fourth.
First number 4, Le Grand Maître, the 5-1 second favourite. Second number 3, Gaddistan at 6-1. And third number 6, Kingswood Kitchens at 50-1. The next at 2:35 was a novice's hurdle over the minimum 2 miles. All 16 ran and there were no changes. Number 1, Greens Van Goyen, was sent off the 7-4 favourite.
And they're off.
And Katie's Pet has refused to race. Katie's Pet taking no part in the race as they go on towards the first flight. And it was Greens Van Goyen who landed in front, but now being passed by Pit Club, and it's Pit Club who goes on from Greens Van Goyen in second. Risborough Gallant Effort on the inside of these, followed by Ring of Fortune in 4. Then there's a gap of a length or 2 to Not Another One. Solid Steel and Diogenes, Greenwich Bambi and Toby Henry and Benno. They're followed by Marzocco as they go down towards flight number 2. And it was Greens Van Goyen who landed in front by a length from Ring of Fortune in second. Gallant Effort on the inside is third. Pit Club now back in fourth, followed by Not Another One. Trombolino races with this. Solid Steel just in behind with Toby Henry and Benno. Then comes Diogenes and Days of Thunder, Greenwich Bambi and Marzocco. Then there's a gap of 3 lengths to Broughton Blues and another 3 lengths to the back marker Risborough Girl. Strong pace being set up front as Pit Club once more comes up sides. Greens Van Goyen to dispute the lead. Greens Van Goyen sticking towards the inside. Pit Club coming up the centre, and it was Pit Club who just rose in front. Ring of Fortune close up in third against the rails, followed by Gallant Effort. Trombolino races wide in 5. Then comes Toby Henry, Not Another One, Solid Steel, Greenwich Bambi and Days of Thunder in behind these as they take that flight. It'll be the final one next time. And Pit Club hit that one really hard and did well to stay on his feet and is still up there sharing the lead with Ring of Fortune, who's against the rails, and between these two, Greens Van Goyen. Close up in 4 comes Gallant Effort. Not Another One sticks to the rails in 5. Alongside him comes Toby Henry. Trombolino on the outside as they go towards this next fight. And 4 in the air together there. Ring of Fortune on the inside of Greens Van Goyen. Gallant Effort has joined them. Racing wide is Pit Club. These the leading 4 as they make the turn at the top of the hill. Not Another One is close up in behind in 5 against the rails, followed by Solid Steel. Toby Henry is with these. So too is Trombolino. Greenwich Bambi going nicely in behind this leading bunch. Then comes Marzocco and Days of Thunder. Then there's a gap to Diogenes and Benno as they begin to make the turn at the top end of the course, running on towards the next flight. The first of the flights down the far side, and it's Ring of Fortune who's come through to take it up with Gallant Effort. A bad mistake this time by Pit Club, and he's gone. This time Pit Club pays the price for some sloppy jumping. He's on the deck as they run downhill, and these two have gone clear. Gallant Effort and Ring of Fortune. 3 up on Greens Van Goyen in 3rd, Toby Henry in 4. Then comes Trombolino. Greenwich Bambi in behind these in 6. Solid Steel 7. Days of Thunder 8. These 8 begin to clear of Not Another One as they go towards the last on the far side. Gallant Effort sees a better stride there. Poaches half a length out of Ring of Fortune. These two still 3 or 4 clear of Greens Van Goyen, getting reminders in 3rd. Trombolino's gone up into 4. Then comes Solid Steel in 5. In behind him comes Toby Henry and Days of Thunder and Greenwich Bambi, but these two have kicked on clear, and it's Gallant Effort who's the leader by about a length and a half from Ring and Fortune. Trying to get on terms again is Greens Van Goyen, who's 4 lengths back in third. A similar way back in 4 comes Trombolino. With him is Toby Henry and Solid Steel and Days of Thunder, but they come up the straight. They got 2 to jump. Gallant Effort and Ring of Fortune stride for stride as they come to it. Gallant Effort on the inside, Ring of Fortune in behind. Trying to get on terms is Greens Van Goyen, who's running on again now, and Greens Van Goyen getting back into the picture. Comes in between these two to challenge, and Greens Van Goyen running on strongly now, comes to challenge Ring of Fortune over that one. Ring of Fortune on the stand side, Greens Van Goyen on the far side, and Greens Van Goyen has fought his way back. He looked beaten round that bottom bend. He had 3 lengths to make up, but he's come up the hill, stormed away, and at the line it's Greens Van Goyen from Ring of Fortune in second and Gallant Effort in third.
First number 1, Greens Van Goyen, the 7-4 favourite. Second number 2, Ring of Fortune, 9-4. And third number 7, Gallant Effort, 6-1. On to the 5 past 3, a novice's chase over 2 miles. All 14 ran, 1 jockey change. Number 14, Countess Blakeney, was the mount of Ian Lawrence. Number 2, Afal Toon, was sent off the 100-30 favourite.
And they're off.
So starting at the top of the hill again, this short run towards the first. Afal Toon and Indian Jewel and Chesapeake Bay all up there early on. All over the first one safely. Al Skeet just a little mistake in the mid-division as they run on towards the next. And Chesapeake Bay has come through from Indian Jewel. Afal Toon races in between them, followed by Fogar in 4th. Then there's a gap of 3 lengths to Pelham Sweet in 5. Bode Archer 6, another Seed in 7. Epellini, and then in behind him comes Craftsman as they come towards the second. And Afal Toon put in much the better jump of the leading 3 and took up the running from Chesapeake Bay. Bode, Indian Jewel on the outside, and Fogar close up in 4 at the open ditch. And again, Afal Toon out jumping his rivals. Epellini made a bad mistake. Buanakali also took it slowly, and they're well strung out already. A good 30 lengths between first and last as they set the strong pace up front, and as a result they're stretched. So they come towards the water, and these 3 joined there by Fogar. So it's Afal Toon from Fogar in second, Chesapeake Bay on the inside in third, and Indian Jewel close up in 4. Then there's a gap to another Season racing on the outside of Bode Archer, a further gap to Epellini and Craftsman and Pelham Sweet as they come up the straight for the first time. Gabish at the back of the field with Buanakali, Countess Blakeney and Dennett, but they're all still standing as they come towards the next. Afal Toon on the inside of Fogar. These 2 in the air together. 3 in front of Chesapeake Bay. They're followed by Bode Archer, who's gone up into 4th place, followed by another Season. Then comes Al Skeet beginning to make ground on the outside. Craftsman, who hit that last fence pretty hard, now back in 7th place. Indian Jewel weakening through the field in 8th. Then comes Epellini. Pelham Sweet also dropping back through the field. Countess Blakeney with just 3 behind her. Dennett, Gabish, and last of all Buanakali. Going to the plain fence up the hill, and a big jump there by Fogar, who lands 2 or 3 clear of Afal Toon. Chesapeake Bay a similar distance back in third. Then a gap of 4 lengths to Bode Archer in 4. Al Skeet 2 behind him. Then comes another Season, 4 lengths behind him. So these 6 are pretty well strung out, to say nothing of the rest of them, who are some way behind as they go towards the top of the hill. Fogar, the leader, but Afal Toon and Chesapeake Bay quickly closing in on the leader and joining as they go towards the fence at the top of the hill. And Fogar weakens very quickly. Afal Toon fell there. Afal Toon a bad mistake. That's left Chesapeake Bay, the leader, from Fogar in second. Al Skeet, who's been making this good progress all the while, has gone up into third, just 3 lengths off this leading pair. Bode Archer in behind them in 4. Craftsman is beginning to make a bit of ground, and so too is Countess Blakeney. These are the leading 6. They're well clear of Dennett's and another Season as they race down towards the 5th from home. Chesapeake Bay with Fogar trying to nip through on his inside. These 2 jump it well. Al Skeet is over in third. Countess Blakeney takes it in 4. Then comes Craftsman getting reminders in 5. In behind them comes Bode Archer 6. Now they come towards the last open ditch, and Fogar ploughed through that. Al Skeet was another one who made a shocking mistake. His rider did well to stay in the plate, but he's dropped right out of it. And the leading 3 as they make the bottom turn, and they've gone clear, are on the inside Chesapeake Bay. Countess Blakeney, who's gone right up to take second. No more than half a length between these 2. They're 3 clear of Fogar, who's 6 in front of Craftsman, who's 2 in front of Al Skeet, who's then followed by Dennett, who's running on from the rear, and behind this one, Bode Archer. So they come up the straight. They've got 2 to jump. Chesapeake Bay who's been fighting off the challenge of Countess Blakeney for the last quarter mile, comes to this one, a length clear of Countess Blakeney. Foggar's 4 lengths back. Then comes Craftsman and Dennett, and now Skeeter made another mistake, running on towards the final fence. And Chesapeake Bay still hasn't fallen off this challenge of Countess Blakeney. And Countess Blakeney's running on very strongly now. Is upsides again at the last and does the better jump. Chesapeake Bay looks pretty tired in second place now, and it's Countess Blakeney running on up the hill. Craftsman's finishing strongly. So too on the far side is Fogger, and Craftsman is finishing with a rattle, but Countess Blakeney's gone clear. Countess Blakeney by about a couple from Craftsman. Chesapeake Bay just hangs on to third. It's close for fourth between Dennett and Fogger.
First number 14, Countess Blakeney at 25 to 1. Second number 7, Craftsman 6 to 1. And third number 1, Chesapeake Bay at 5 to 1. On to the last at 3:35, a novices hurdle over 2.5 miles. All 11 ran in this. A couple of jockey changes. Number 4, High Street Blues, was the mount of Martin Lynch. And 7, Tufter's Garth, was ridden by Mark Richards. The favourite on the off at 4 to 7 was number 1, Fino.
And they're off.
Starting at the entrance to the home straight. And they run on towards the first flight. And it's Nordic Savage just setting a steady pace. Nobody appears to be particularly keen to make the early running. He lands in front as they come on towards flight number 2. Nordic Savage the leader. High Street Blues towards the outside with Yeoman Cricketer all over safely. Vaguely in, just in behind them. Fino in the mid-division at this stage. Breakfast Bell up there on the inside. But it's Nordic Savage just in front of Breakfast Bell, High Street Blues and Yeoman Cricketer, Fino and Vaguelin. Followed by Bold Barney and Tufter's Garth. Kitty Butler at the back of the field with Arctic Ruler, and for once a Pipe Scudamore horse, Charter Hardware, or Remember Charter, at the back of the field. So they get towards the top of the hill, turn left-handed, and Breakfast Bell and Nordic Savage share the lead. Still setting the steady pace from Vaguelin Knight, racing on the inside of High Street Blues and Yeoman Cricketer. Fino close up in 6, followed by Tufter's Garth, Bold Barney and Arctic Ruler, Remember Charter, and Kitty Butler is now last. First flight on the far side coming up, and these two go into it stride for stride. But Breakfast Bell much quicker in the air and lands the length clear of Nordic Savage. Yeoman Cricketer 3rd, High Street Blues 4, Fino 5, Bold Barney 6, Tufter's Garth 7, Vaguelin Knight in 8 and Arctic Ruler 9. These 9 all pretty tightly grouped. A gap of 4 lengths to Remember Charter. A length and a half last is Kitty Butler. On towards the third flight. And it's Vaguelin Knight who lands. Breakfast Bell who lands just in front of Nordic Savage. They're followed by Yeoman Cricketer. High Street Blues on the inside. Fino, Bold Barney, Tufter's Garth all close up. Vaguelin Knight's dropped back through the field. Races on the inside of Arctic Ruler. And then this gap of 2 or 3 lengths to Remember Charter. And Kitty Butler is still last. So they make the turn past the start. Field all standing as they come up towards the next flight. And all pretty tightly bunched up front. Breakfast Bell just in front of Bold Barney, High Street Blues, Yeoman Cricketer, Nordic Savage, who's lost a place or 2, Fino and Tufter's Garth. These 7 almost in the air together at that one. They're followed by Arctic Ruler. Then comes Vaguelin Knight, Remember Charter. And Kitty Butler taking a little closer order at the back of the field. No more than about 8 lengths off the leader now. So they're all very tightly bunched as they go past the winning post with a circuit in front of them. And Fino putting himself up in the firing line, comes through now to share the lead with High Street Blues and Breakfast Bell and Yeoman Cricketer on the outside. Bold Barney just in behind, followed by Arctic Ruler. Tufter's Garth on the outside. Remember Charter gets closer on the back of this group. Vaguelin Knight finds the pace a little bit hot. Kitty Butler dropping back, having made a bad mistake at that last flight. And Nordic Savage, the early leader, is now tailing off at the back of the field. The pace beginning to quicken now, and the field beginning to stretch as they go towards the first on the far side. Fino and Yeoman Cricketer. These two at the head of affairs from Tufter's Garth in third. Bo Barney close up with Arctic Ruler. Remember Charter making very good progress now, but hit that one very hard, and Peter Scudamore did well to pick the gelding up off the deck. That's put him some 10 lengths off the pace, though, as they fly down that far side now. And it's Fino on the inside of Yeoman Cricketer, through 2 lengths back to Bo Barney in third. Then there's a gap of 3 to Arctic Ruler, racing on the inside of Tufter's Garth. Another 4 then to High Street Blues, and Remember Charter 5 lengths behind that one. Yeoman Cricketer and Fino take the last on the far side, stride for stride. They've gone 4 clear now of Bo Barney. He in turn's gone well clear of Tufter's Garth and Arctic Ruler, so they make the bottom turn. Fino and Yeoman Cricketer, there's still nothing to choose between the pair of them. Fino on the inside of Yeoman Cricketer. Bo Barney trying to hang on in third, about 4 lengths behind them. The gap back to the 4th horse, Tufter's Garth, is a good 15 lengths now as these two make the bottom turn, and Yeoman Cricketer looks to be getting the better of the battle up front over Fino. Bo Barney still in with a chance in behind them in third. Running on now towards the second last, and Yeoman Cricketer comes to it. He's going to rise here a length in front of Fino. Bo Barney 2 lengths back in third. Running on now towards the final fight, and Yeoman Cricketer opening up a gap now of 3 lengths over Fino. Yeoman Cricketer comes towards the last, pops over it safely. Fino over in second, Bo Barney in third. Then comes Tufter's Garth in 4. Single file up the hill now inside the last 50 yards. It's Yeoman Cricketer, now some 5 or 6 lengths clear of Fino, a similar distance back to Bo Barney and Tufter's Garth in 4th.
First number 9, Yeoman Cricketer at 10-1. Second number 1, Fino, the 4-7 favourite. And third number 3, Bold Barney.